Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about how to find side lengths and angle measures of congruent figures. So similar to the problems that you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder that this is the normal version. If you'd like the speedrun version where we go through it pretty quickly, I'll link that in the video in the description below. For your Ricasso recap, you should already be familiar with congruent shapes and corresponding parts of congruent shapes. If you want a refresher on this topic, I'll link a video in the description below. Please go watch that before you start this lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. So here they give you a congruent statement. They say DEFG is congruent to MNOP. So we learned in the last lesson that when they give us the congruent statement, that makes it a little bit easier because now we can match stuff up. And it says, what is NO? So NO is over here, and we don't know what it is, but what we do know is that, let's go to our congruent statement. NO, the middle two letters, matches up with EF, the middle two letters. And we know that they're the same. Well, I know that EF is 13, which means that NO must also be 13. Okay, so the answer is just 13. Match up your letters. When they give you this congruent statement right here, makes it easy. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first problem, VT, side VT matches up with side KL, so my answer is 75. And for the second problem, matching up angles this time, what is the measure of angle O? So O matches up with E, which is 64 degrees. Now for this problem, a little bit different. They don't give you the congruence statement. So you have to sort of create your own congruent statement, and then you can figure out the problem from there. So to write your own congruent statement, you need to figure out which sides match with which angles, so on and so forth. The way you do it is, the first step is look for what you have in both shapes or both figures. And what jumps out to me is that I have this 41 here and this 41 here. Now, notice that this 41 is connected to a 52-degree corner, and this 41 is connected to a 91-degree corner, which means that in the first shape, in the left shape, this has to be 91 degrees, because I learned that from the second figure. And in the second figure, this has to be 52 degrees. And now we can start matching some stuff up, because I know that G matches with Y. So let's start writing this. G matches with Y. G matches with Y. And I know that H matches with V. So H matches with V. And now we should just be able to go in order. So the next corner is I. And that should match with W. And last but not least, process of elimination, F matches with X. And now the question said, what is WX? WX matches with IF. And so we know that IF is 19, which means that WX is also 19. All right, here's our cool clock for today. Again, so let's practice what we just learned. Go ahead and pause the video, try these two problems on your own, and when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first problem, the congruent statement looks something like this. Could have done a different order, but you should have gotten that angle R matches to angle D, which is 44 degrees. 44 degrees. Another way to do this problem, side note, if you've learned how to do angles in triangles, you would know that this triangle here has to add up to 180 degrees. So you could have used that method as well. And for the second problem, should have said that ST matches with IK, which means the answer is 88. All right, that is it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.